All have to enable the video. Everyone please be in mute. So here we are going to see about the sense of collecting belonging. That is our fourth subtopic. Okay. So here they said nationalism spread when people begin to believe that they are all the part of the same nation. Please listen. I will ask, take one pencil. I will ask you to underline. So the keywords have to be underlined. So and then after finishing it, I will ask you to show in the video. So please underline. This is very important question. When they discover some unity that binds them together, but how did the nation become reality in the minds of people? Am I audible to everyone? Is it the NCERT book is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
Okay. How did people belonging to different communities, regions, and language groups develop a sense of collective belonging? This sense of collective belonging came partly through the experience of united struggles. So, how does this sense of collective belonging came? That means there should be the India should have their own belongings that should be preserved and that should be highly honored by the Indian people. So this came only by united struggle. Okay, they are in the unity. They are in the union strength. So that is the proverb they made. Okay, but there were also variety of cultural process through which nationalism captured the people's imagination. So there, apart from that, there are many aspects that made the people to be united. History and fiction, folklore, songs, popular prints and symbols all played a part in making of nationalism. So the sense of collective belonging came partly to the underline that. This sense of second paragraph, first line. This sense of collective belonging came partly through the experience of united struggle. Then the last line. History and fiction, folklore, songs, popular prints and symbols all played a part in making of nationalism. So nationalism doesn't come through only through war. It also came through the united struggle. Along with that, the sense of collective belonging important role. This is very important paragraph. You have to underline. So please be to what I am teaching. The identity of the nation is most often symbolized as the figure or image. This helps to create an image with which people can identify the nation. It was in the 20th century, with the growth of nationalism, the identity of India came to be visually associated with the image of Bharat Mata. Underline the word Bharat Mata. So every nation wants to be identified with its female figure. So they wanted the image of Bharat Mata. The image was first created, underline, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. The image was first created by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in 1870. Please underline. He wrote Vande Mataram as a hymn, means a short poem to the motherland. Underline these lines. Are you all underlining these key points?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Later it was
Yes,
included
ma'am.
in the novel. Okay, my dear. Later this Vande Mataram was included in the novel. Please underline this also. In Anand Math is the novel name, and they included this Vande Mataram hymn in the Anand Math, and widely sung during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal. Moved by the Swadeshi movement, Abhindranath Tagore, underline, painted his famous image of Bharat Mata. In this painting, Bharat Mata is portrayed as an ascetic, please underline, ascetic figure. She is calm, underline, composed, underline, divine and spiritual. Please underline these things. These are all the characteristics of Bharat Mata. In subsequent years, the image of Bharat Mata acquired many different forms as it circulated in popular prints and was painted by different artists. Devotion to this mother figure came to be seen as evidence of one's nationalism. First, it was portrayed, or it was designed by the Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, and he only wrote the hymn of Vande Mataram, and it was that Vande Mataram hymn was included in Anand Math. And after that, Abhindranath Tagore painted the famous image of Bharat Mata, and that Bharat Mata found to be very calm, composed, astic, means spiritual and divine and spiritual, and it seems to be very calm and peaceful. So it is like a goddesses. So devotion to this mother figure came to be seen as an evidence of one's nationalism. So the first image is the Bharat Mata. Next one, ideas of the second paragraph. Ideas of nationalism also developed through the movement. I will stop anywhere and I will ask anyone to continue. So please be keen, concentrate and focus. Ideas of nationalism also developed through the movement to revive the Indian folklore. In late 19th century, India nationalists began recording the, we yesterday had seen in the PPT slide. They started recording the folk tales. Tales here means story, sung by bards, and they toured villages to gather the folk songs and legends. These tales, they believed, gave a true picture of a traditional culture of the people in certain regions, and they had to be corrupt. That culture had been corrupted and damaged by the outside. That is, we have to mean the British. It was essential to preserve this folk tradition in order to discover one's national identity. So here you please underline Indian folklore. The second line. And the recording of folk tales, the third line. Then the true traditional culture, fifth line. So this was very important. In Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore himself began collecting ballads, nursery, rhymes, myths, and led the movement for folklore. In Madras, please underline Natesa Sastri. Are you all underlining?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. In Madras, Natesa Sastri, yesterday we have seen, no, published the massive 4-volume collection of Tamil folk tales. So please underline the folklore of southern India. Underline that. He believed that the folklore was a national literature. It was the most please underline that, which was in the bracket. The most trustworthy manifestation of people's real thoughts and characteristics. So they thought that this folklore will show the tradition and the culture of the Indian people. As the national movement developed, the national leader became more and more aware of such icons and symbols in unifying people and inspiring in them a feeling of nationalism. During the Swadeshi movement, a tricolor, now we are speaking about the tricolor flag that we have seen in that PowerPoint. So a tricolor flag, first it was designed by red, green and yellow was designed, and there are 8 lotuses representing the 8 provinces of British. So when they are coming in, I already explained to you, in India, they were surviving in these 8 areas. So those 8 areas are considered as 8 provinces, that is represented by lotuses of British India, and the crescent moon representing Hindus and Muslims. By 1921, Gandhiji had designed the Swaraj flag. It was given a tricolor. So here you have to underline the tricolor flag, which was initially designed with the color red, green and yellow. And there should be 8 lotuses representing the provinces of British India. 8 provinces. And you have to underline the crescent moon representing Hindus and Muslims. And you have to underline the Swaraj flag. It was giving the color, please underline red, green and white. Along with that, please underline it has a spinning wheel in the center, which represents the Gandhian self-help, idea of self-help. Please underline that. So carrying the flag, holding it aloft means rising it above the head. During marches become the symbol of their protection. Okay, so Another means of creating a feeling of nationalism was through reinterpretation. That's what I said in the yesterday's class about in which way we are proud and be confident with our belongings of India. So by the end of 19th century, by the end of the 19th century, there were many Indians. They began feeling that to instill a sense of pride in the nation. So the British thought that we were backward and primitive but incapable of governing. So in response, began looking into the past. So what happened? Our Indians have rediscovered the past of our great achievements. So there was a glorious development in the field of ancient times. In the field of art, architectures, please underline this. There were about a glorious development in ancient times when art, architecture, science and mathematics, religion and culture, law and philosophy, craft and the trade had flourished. So these were the fields where we have flourished. We have not developed, we have flourished more than that. Even in the trade or in the law or in the religion, maths, art, culture, craft. This glorious time, in their view, was followed by the history of decline. Afterwards, only due to the invade of other foreign people, we have gone down, and it was colonized by the British. This nationalist history urged the readers to take pride. Please underline. This nationalist history urged the readers to take pride. So, this was our pride, our own honor of our Indian country. Pride in India's great achievement in the past and struggle to change the miserable conditions of life under the British rule. This is one of the factors to fight against our independence. So these are the things which make us proud in order to regain our freedom. These efforts to unify the people were not without problems. When the past being glorified was Hindu, when the images celebrated were drawn from the Hindu iconography, then the people of other communities felt left out. So there is another problem also we have faced. Okay, so what is the conclusion? A growing anger against the colonial government was thus the bringing together various groups and classes of Indians into a common struggle for freedom. Whatever it may be, our land is encroached or it is invaded by the British India. So they wanted to get freedom from that first. The Congress under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi tried to channel the people's grievances into an organized movement for independence. So under the leadership of Gandhi, the several movements were organized. Through such movements, the nationalists tried to forge a national unity. But we have seen diverse groups and classes participated in this movement with varied aspirations and expectations. As their grievances were wide-ranging, freedom from the colonial rule also meant different things to different people. So even though the common way that we are going to get freedom, there were several very different things according to their expectations and aspirations. So as their grievances were wide, and the freedom from the colonial rule also meant that the freedom, different things to different people. Swaraj, that's what we said. Swaraj means independence. That Swaraj is different for different people. That's what they are saying. That's what we seen in the Swaraj plantation. That's what we seen in the organization of Satyagraha. That's what we seen in the towns and the cities. That what we seen in the Gudam Hills for Alluri Sitaram Raju. So these are all the Swaraj for different people. Independent. For you, independent means, for example, if I say today leave, then you will become freedom and you will be free and be happy. That is your Swaraj. So likewise, for them, there will be a different Swaraj. Can you able to understand, dears? So the Congress continuously attempted to resolve the differences and ensure that the demands of one group did not alienate other. That's why the Congress was able to bind all the classes. Even though there is the big clash between the lower caste community, Dalit, so it tries to unite. Okay, the high points of Congress activity and national unity were followed by phases of disunity and the inner conflict between. Even though it is there, there was many inner conflict. That's what we have seen. Dalit people, Muslims, they were not very much interested because the Hindu Mahasabha was concentrating only on the higher class of Hindus. So there were many disunity among the groups. Even though there is very many disunity, they fought for the freedom. In other words, what was emerging was a nation with many voices wanting freedom from the colonial. That's what the conclusion. Whatever it may be, even though we have the different aspirations and expectations, at last we want the freedom from the colonial rule. Can you able to understand this lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have to
Yes,
go
ma'am.
for the book back exercise, my dear. That is book back questions. So see here, why growth of nationalism in colonialism linked to an anti-colonial movement? How the First World War helped in the growth of national movement in India? Please wait, ma. Let me finish. Then I can explain your doubts. Why Indians were outraged by the Rowlatt Act? So why Gandhiji wanted to withdraw the non-cooperation movement? What do you mean by idea of Satyagraha? What is a report on Jallianwala Bagh and Simon Commission? And what about, there is another question which is related to the nationalism in Europe. See, the Bharat Mata in this chapter with the image of Germania. Can you able to see this?
Yes, ma'am.
So they will ask why, because that is also nationalism, here also nationalism. So the sense of collective belonging, what is there and what is here. So that we have to compare and contrast. So non-cooperation movement, Salt March, participating of civil disobedience movement, and why the Dalit people want a separate electrolyte. That is in the discussion part. So here first we have to go through the lesson. Lesson is very important thing. So in your NCERT book, you have to go through the lesson. Then we will go for the questions. Okay. So tomorrow, what is the day tomorrow? Thursday, my dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.